I hate gift giving and receiving.
Receiving gifts is so weird. What do you say, thank you?
This is Coffee Convos with Kale Lowry and Lindsie Chrisley.
I really want you to be in your feels, Kale.
That does not interest me whatsoever.
I feel very attacked by you.
A spirited discussion about motherhood, friendship, family, and life in the public eye.
I'm just not with the fakery anymore.
There's a fakery bakery around here.
Here's Kale and Lindsie.
Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Coffee Convos podcast. Hi, Kitty Kristen.
Hi, it's me again. I'm back again. It is not Kale. I'm very sorry for that. I know that everybody loves the two of y'all together. Kale is recovering. Hopefully she will be back like the next episode after Labor Day.
After Labor Day. I am not going to be laboring on Labor Day.
You know what? Neither am I. I was supposed to go on vacation.
Oh, we're not going on vacation anymore?
Not going on vacation. I'm still going to take my time to like get stuff done. I'm not going on vacation anymore because the people we were supposed to go with backed out. We had a 4-bedroom condo. Didn't really feel like it made sense to spend that kind of money, and I got it on special. So when I tried to downgrade and it wasn't on special, it was a lot of money. So, just...
I really hate when somebody throws a fucking wrench in my plans.
We know you do. I'm just trying to let it roll because there's like nothing I could, you know what I mean? It's one of those things, there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm just trying to let it roll. So needless to say, hopefully the weather is nice in Pennsylvania and I will be not laboring in my pool.
So I think I have decided, and when I say I have decided that I'm going to do my first cabin weekend on Labor Day weekend. I've been looking at cabins for like the past 2 days, trying to find the one that like really strikes my fancy and fits the aesthetic that I'm looking for.
Okay. I
think it's so funny because I always do this like every fall. And I'm like, you know what? For the start of college football, I really want to be in a cabin with a crock pot, making a bowl of chili, sitting in a hot tub that's not mine. Which, by the way, I have a funny story to tell you about a hot tub.
Oh, great.
So not only did the panel get damaged whenever it was being delivered, and we still have yet to hear from the company about when they're coming out to replace it. Don't understand, whatever. Not that big of a deal because it's not like a structural issue. I didn't use the hot tub for like over a week. So when I get out of this hot tub, I throw some bleach down in there. And I'm like, or chlorine, like whatever you call it. And I'm like, oh, it'll be good. Put the lid on it. Go about my fucking business for, 8 days. Go down there to take the cover off, and it looks like a swamp.
You have algae.
So this is why we can't have nice things.
Are we living the same life? Because we didn't use the pool for a week, like from the weekend and then the week. And Corey went out there on Saturday to make sure everything was good to go for Sunday, and we had algae.
And maybe other people are thinking like I am. I'm thinking to myself, okay, nobody's going to be in it unless I'm in it. So I put chlorine in it whenever I got out and made sure the levels were good and everything. And no bodies have been in it and it has been covered. So my thought process was, oh, it will be great whenever I open this up and ready to go.
Right. I hear the logic because I could not understand the whole like, how do we have algae all of a sudden? Nobody was in it. But that's the world of chemical balance, and that's why I didn't pass chemistry.
You know what? I had a really, really hard time with chemistry as well. Don't really know how I passed it, and quite literally, I passed it without going to summer school. Did you ever have to go to summer school in high school?
I actually never had to go to summer school ever.
Why? Were you just like smart?
I was like, didn't need to study smart up until high school. And then in high school, I had to start studying. Like I was average if I didn't study, but I didn't like that. So I would try to study as much as I could. But like subjects like chemistry is why I am not a doctor right now. That is literally why I wanted to be an OBGYN since I was 6 years old. That's all I would tell everybody.
There's always like one class that fucks everybody up.
It was that for me.
That was Will in college. He couldn't pass accounting to save his life.
Wait, but doesn't he do sales now?
Yeah, and I saw in his office that he has like a TI-83 calculator. still, and I'm pretty sure it's the one that he used in college. And I'm like, well, that didn't help you then, so I'm not sure how it's going to help you now. No, in my business school, a prerequisite to be able to enroll in business classes were to pass 2 accounting classes. Will couldn't pass those accounting classes to save his life. That's what ended up making me go the business route instead of social work, because you know that I was a social work major before I was a business major.
You told me about that. And then I was like, but how did you then switch to just like to business? I was confused.
I actually loved my social work classes, but I think the more social work classes that I took, which I'm glad those still counted as like electives for me in business school. But the more I got into those classes, the more I realized like I was not cut out to do that kind of work, because like my heart couldn't stomach some of the stuff that I knew that I would see. So I'm like, you know what? I think I would be better suited to look at a spreadsheet and numbers.
Which it's actually weird how your brain pivots, right? Like you have your plans and then you find yourself doing something completely different. I wonder how many people that's truly happened to, because I know a ton of people that have degrees in one thing and they don't use them. They work completely somewhere else.
So I one time saw an argument online, and I can't remember if it was like in one of the collective podcast Facebook groups or if it was just something that somebody that like I am friends with on Facebook posted it. But it was like, I would not encourage my kid to go to college with an undeclared major.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
We briefly talked about it before on Coffee Combos about like, would you send your kid to school if they were going undeclared?
I mean, I think it's very important to start having conversations with your kids like early on. I think it's funny when you see the little school back to school boards and stuff, how from year to year, the kid wants to do something different.
Yeah.
But I feel like the intentional conversations need to start happening about 9th grade, like really zoning in on what your interests are. Like, do you want to go into a trade? Do you want to do a 4-year college? Do you want to do a 2-year college? Like, I do think that those conversations are very important because college is very expensive. Luckily for me, I went on full academic scholarship. So I didn't have to pay anything to go to school unless I didn't keep the scholarship, then I would have had to. But luckily I was able to do that. But back to the conversation about summer school, I went to summer school for 3 summers in a row.
No fucking way.
Yes, way.
What class did it to you?
History.
All 3 times?
History, all 3 times.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, you know what? I don't know if it's just like a lack of interest. Some of it was I couldn't read a map. Like, I remember one time that I was sitting in class and my history teacher pointed to fucking Asia on a globe. And I said it was Canada. And I was like, immediately, I just failed.
You know, geography was not good for me. It's still not good for me, right? Like, I am out here telling everyone they need passports to go places that they don't need passports for, and vice versa. But my history, I'm trying to think, like, feel like we stopped dealing with the geography of it all in, like, it was just like a very minor part compared to the actual, like, historical facts and information about what occurred during what time period in probably 9th or 10th grade.
It was definitely 10th grade. That's when I started going to summer school.
But so you had geography the whole time?
I feel like there were geography aspects in like every history class.
We kind of stopped. Like, ours stopped at one point and it became...
Or maybe it's just because I took it twice a year.
I loved history. Like, when I went to college, I also love politics, which is shocking to a lot of people, but I majored in political science and I double minored.
Oh, well then here's the real kicker about summer school. So I think my parents were like, oh yeah, this is going to be a real punishment for her. Number one, I went to private high school. So my classes were college preparatory classes. They were very difficult. I was put into summer school. The private school doesn't host summer school. So you have to go to a public school, like a public high school, to do the classes. Those were a breeze. And honestly, those teachers were so much nicer.
You were like, can you switch my school?
Yeah. And the kids there were so much nicer. So I was like, yeah, like I really like this vibe. So I would have to leave summer school, go home and change, and then go to my dad's office where I met my first boyfriend. He was my dad's intern. So it really ended up working out for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't really feel like it did like what they were hoping that it did for you.
Yeah. It really just like fit the vibe check, you know? I'm saying all of that to say I feel like Jackson's really going to follow in my footsteps, because when I went on his grades the other day, I realized that he had failed a map quiz for the Northwest.
Yep. And you said, it's me.
I did. And I immediately called Will and I said, hey, any person that got below a 70 on this is allowed a retake, and they can retake it at home or at school. You need to talk to him about maps, because we both know I cannot do that. And do you know what Jackson told me? I don't need to know how to navigate the Northwest.
You know what? We have GPS for a reason.
Right? But I do think that they're like important skills that, you know, in the event that you were in bumfuck nowhere and your service just goes to complete shit, not that we would probably have a map in our car. Remember like old people that used to like carry maps in the little back pocket of the car?
My mother has a freaking map in her vehicle, and my parents, when I went away to school, made me take a map knowing damn well that I did not know how to read that thing.
Could you imagine us just like with that map just like spread out across our car?
I'd probably have the shit upside down. Lindsie, I know you and I are always talking about making healthier switches for our households, especially when it comes to cleaning products. So many people don't think about what you're actually cleaning with in your home. Most conventional cleaning products are packed with hidden chemicals, ingredients that aren't even required to be listed on the label. And if you have little ones or are pregnant, it's even more important to consider the impact of these toxins on your family's health. That's where Branch Basics Ultimate Starter Kit comes in, your all-in-one solution for creating a healthier, human-safe home. This kit comes with everything that you need to make a simple, powerful switch with plant and mineral-based formulas. It's Made Safe certified and Leaping Bunny certified, meaning you can trust that it's safe for you, your family, and the planet. No dyes, no fragrances, and absolutely no harmful chemicals.
I love the Ultimate Starter Kit because when I started using Branch Basics, that's where I started, and it replaced all of my household cleaning supplies. So one powerhouse formula for your counters, your bathrooms, laundry, dish soap, hand soap. And I'm trying to teach Jackson how to clean like his own areas, and it just feels so much more safe when I can trust the product. Human safe cleaning does not have to be overwhelming, and the Ultimate Starter Kit just makes it so easy to replace many toxic products in your home with a human safe multi-use solution that simplifies your cleaning routine. So if you're ready to protect your home and your health, you can head to branchbasics.com and grab your Ultimate Starter Kit today. Use code COFFEE for 15% off your first order. Make the change today because you and your family deserve better.
The new season's calling, and it wants comfier shoes. Say hello again to Frankie 4, the cult favorite Australian footwear brand founded by podiatrists, redefining what it means to walk in style and comfort.
We've been wearing our Frankie 4s nonstop, and now they have just dropped their new housewarming fall collection. It is full of elevated neutrals, cozy textures, and timeless silhouettes that will go with everything. I always love a comfortable shoe during the fall because I do so much walking, and they have some of the best looks ever.
I'm absolutely obsessed with Frankie 4, and like always, they're insanely comfortable. Also, the Soul Saver Pack lets you customize the fit with adjustable footbeds. It's like they were designed for your feet specifically, which is fantastic.
So whether you're after everyday sneakers, polished boots, or the perfect heel, Frankie 4 has your fall wardrobe sorted. Backed by over 150,000 five-star reviews, the hype is very real.
Frankie 4 is giving our listeners an exclusive 20% off full price footwear. Just head to us.frankie4.com and use the code COFFEE at checkout. Don't wait. It's only valid through the end of September.
How do they, like, when they made that map, how do they know, like, the roads that, like, you're going to go on?
Well, okay. So, first of all, we need to do a geography quiz. Not you and I, because we're both failing. But Kale's good at geography. So I'm noting that down for myself to put together a geography quiz, pop quiz for when she comes back. She's going to have no idea.
Well, what are we going to be asked? Like, are we going to, talk about it?
I'm going to like give you the shapes of like states and continents and countries, and you're going to have to name them. And I'm going to ask questions too.
Oh, fuck no.
You might
already failed. Put me into a summer school session. Like, absolutely not, Kristen. Like,
I ask some pretty dumb shit when it comes to geography. Like, when I think about, I know where I am. Like, I know my tri-state area. And then I'm like, okay, I know where Texas is. I know where Florida is. I know where California is. Everything else, mishmash. When I was going to Arizona, it was not where I thought it was. It's not where I thought it was at all.
remember that time that I was like, we should just all be on the same time zone?
Yep. I do remember that. I remember when I got to Arizona the first time I went and we rented a car, they kept telling me at the counter, they're like, just make sure that you don't take our car to Mexico. And I looked Corey dead in the face and I said, that would be a really far drive. Like, why would I drive this thing to Mexico? And he just looked at me like, you are the dumbest bitch I know.
That's honestly something that I would say. And I remember one time, kind of feel like we were in Nevada, maybe, and they said the same thing, like we weren't allowed to take it to Mexico. And I was like, Mexico's so far. Like, Cabo is so far.
Evidently, it absolutely was fucking not. And then the guy at the counter was explaining to me how a lot of their, like, SUVs get taken to Mexico and get used for, like, the cartel. And they find them with, like, bullet holes and stuff in them, tinted, like, all kinds of shit. And they have to, like, go rescue their car. And I was, this is a great story. Like, I was listening to him very intently, but I was still not tracking the whole Mexico thing until I literally Googled, where is Mexico in comparison to Arizona? And it's definitely drivable.
Could you imagine us, like, accidentally going to Mexico and just, like, being a part of the cartel?
Like, we had the SUV, so I really was ready to go. I had the SUV. I could have rolled up and been like, hi.
Do you know what that's giving? It's giving that show Weeds.
Weeds.
Right? Wouldn't that be us?
Could you imagine? I could.
I am literally just unwell. Outside of that, over the weekend, I feel like I did the disconnect that I needed to do until I reconnected on Monday and realized that it wasn't long enough.
I think that about every single weekend of my life. I have to ask you a question. I'm asking this of everyone, but including you. When you're at work, like, you're using, like, for me, I'm like, I talk about it in two different brains. Like, work me is one brain, life me is another brain. Sometimes they come together when needed. Sometimes they stay separated. If I get asked anything about work on, like, a not working time, I go immediately into my work brain and then I can't get it to shut back off again. So then I end up just working during time where I should just be downtime. And I don't know how to stop that from happening. So if anybody has any tips, I could really use them. But, like, does that happen to you at all?
It's interesting that you say that, because I was having almost an exact conversation with the lady that I met when I was in the jury pool room, with all the people. And she was a speech therapist or something for a local county. And she was talking about how she was going to miss a week of work if she got selected for the jury, right? And she said, I already have, like, this backlog of stuff. And so I found myself preparing for this week where I really don't have a disconnect from work. It's like I see an email come through my phone and I know, okay, I need to respond to that because I was waiting to get that. And then I just end up working for hours. I personally, I feel like I go back and forth with it. And you know that. Like, I will be having conversations about work all throughout the day, sometimes throughout the night. And then there's sometimes where I find that focus mode and nobody will hear from me.
Yeah, like you go ghost, and I get it. Like that's why I'm never offended by it at all, because that's the same thing for me. Like if I don't put my phone on focus and I hear from anybody that has anything to do with some type of work thing, request, idea, whatever, it's so hard for me to not then take that, and then my week, if it's like all on a weekend, my weekend's shot at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really taking a toll on my personal life, because the people in my personal life don't want work me, right? Like most of the time they do not want work me, and they want personal me. And it was getting eaten, for a while by work me. And it sounds so dumb. Like I'm obviously one individual, but I can't be the only one that goes through this. There's no way.
Well, it's like yesterday I told you that I was preparing dinner and that like basically goodbye.
Yeah.
And then you start going into scheduling for stuff and call me and you're like, hey, is it okay if we talk about this? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Like I'm just drinking a White Claw. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. But like when we got done that conversation, were you then able
Yes.
to go back to like just like whatever mode you were in before I was talking to you?
Yes.
See, for me, I worked until after that.
No. I can't do that. I read a little bit last night.
Oh, I love. What are we reading?
Right now, so I'm trying to figure out a completely different life, because now that I have a middle schooler, his school doesn't start until 9. So it kind of like shifted everything in my schedule because of that. And so I found that I have time on Fridays because I don't have a workout class until 10 a.m. If his school drop off time, I normally try to get him there between like 8:15 and 8:35. So he has like a little bit of extra time to kind of settle down. But then Target's right across the street from Pilates. So I find myself strolling around in Target and I'm like smelling all the candles and all the stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I finished the Idaho 4, so now I need a new book. So I got It Starts With Us, Colleen Hoover.
Mm-hmm.
And I read like 11 chapters just throughout the weekend. I mean, I didn't spend a ton of time reading, but just on and off. I rode the bike for like at the gym, like the stationary bike, for like 14 miles this weekend. And so I just like read while I was doing that.
Holy shit. First of all, Kayle's going to be so proud of you
For
when she gets
reading?
back and like here's that this is now another book you're reading. She's also going to tell you to get on Goodreads.
I know. You told me that too.
Yeah, because I know she's going to say, you need to get on Goodreads.
Mhm.
That's because she wants to track what you're reading.
He's like, let me see what she's doing.
Yeah.
I don't have to ask.
Then you review the books and then she'll like be like, oh, well, you gave this book X stars. Like, why'd you give it X stars? I gave it this many stars.
So you went to go and see the movie. No, you went to the screener for It Ends With Us.
Yeah. I went with Kayle when she had Colleen on Barely Famous. So we went to go see It Ends With Us. I had not read the book at all and was not prepared. Kayle gave me zero prep as to like what the premise of the book or movie was about. So by the cover, I thought it was like a romance scenario. I am in this movie bawling my eyes out. Like Kayle and I are crying and there's all these like editors there, like literally like getting their shit together to write about this movie.
Yeah.
Kayle and I are just in the back corner crying.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was not ready. So I bought the book. I haven't read it yet because I want to see how like the movie compared to the book.
I know that there were some differences. I didn't read the book. I just went to go and see the movie. But because I loved the movie so much, I immediately went and got the sequel to start reading as my next read. And it talks about on the back cover, I just think it's so funny that like book talk has become such a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it says that this sequel to book talk phenomenon, It Ends With Us, stands on its own, a portrait of the dynamics of domestic violence. And it kind of bounces back and forth. Like it'll be a Lily chapter and then it'll be an Atlas chapter. And it's like their perspective, like
I like
what's going on.
I like that concept. Not to rehash the It Ends With Us stuff, but I just don't feel like it was promoted by the majority of the cast in a way to shed light on domestic violence. So that really did, it shocked me because I wasn't prepared for it in the movie, but then it turned around and it shocked me even more when I was watching all the press and stuff about the movie, and that wasn't really being discussed. And then when I found out through Kale interviewing Colleen Hoover that it was also taken from events that she had experienced, I was like, you would think that like that would have been more a part of it. I know, Justin Baldoni was promoting it that way. But
it's so sad. And I want to tread lightly whenever I say this. I think a lot of people have probably experienced domestic violence or some type of domestic abuse relationally. And a lot of people who do that use it as a control mechanism because they don't feel like they have enough control of the person. And the situation with it ends with us. The sad reality of that was she was being abused and then got pregnant and now has to have the reminder for the rest of her life and attempts to be co-parenting with this person that did such horrible things. And it talks about in this book of her allowing him to have time with the daughter and the fears that she has because of the experience that she had with him, the fear she has for her daughter. And it's just so sad. And that situation resonates with so many people.
Yeah. I think it touches home for a lot of people.
And I just couldn't imagine being in a situation where domestic violence is present and then having a child with that person and then co-parenting with that person until that child is grown. Like the level of fear and anxieties that I would have if that was my situation.
Yeah, I think that's really, really common. I don't know how for myself, I'm like, I don't know if I could do that. I don't think anybody would ever sign up for it, but I can't imagine having to actually do it. And I think too, like you and I have had a lot of conversations recently that co-parenting is not just until 18. I know that's the saying, like, oh, you're going to be in each other's lives till they're 18. No, you're going to be in each other's lives till one of you dies. Lindsie, you and I were talking over the weekend about just skincare and making sure we're taking care of ourselves. And we spend a lot of time caring for the skin on our face, but so many people forget about your neck. And with summer in full swing, your neck and chest are more exposed than ever. So whether you're rocking sundresses, swimsuits, or strappy tops, your neck is out there for the world to see. And it's one of the first places to show signs of aging, which is why Go Pure Beauty created their revolutionary Tighten and Lift Neck Cream, which is perfect for your summer skincare routine. Powered by clinically proven active ingredients, this advanced formula is designed to visibly firm, smooth, and rejuvenate the delicate skin on your neck and chest in as little as 4 to 8 weeks. Lindsie, I know you've been using it, so has my mom since she stole mine, so I want to hear all about it.
I absolutely love it. I used to not really be good about taking everything down my neck until I started using this Tighten and Lift neck cream. And here's the thing, the skin on your neck is thinner, it's more delicate and less oily than the skin on your face. So that does mean that it needs some extra love, especially in the sun and in the heat. Go Pure's firming complex targets the unique concerns of the neck while nourishing and strengthening your skin for a more lifted, youthful look. So you can feel confident showing a little more skin this summer. I started noticing a big difference between my neck and my face when I really zoned in on my skincare for my face and I was doing nothing for my neck, and this has helped so much.
All Go Pure products are cruelty-free, paraben-free, and sulfate-free, so you know you're giving your skin clean, effective care without the harsh chemicals or compromises. With over 1 million jars sold, this beauty secret is no longer a secret. For a limited time, our listeners get 25% off Go Pure with code COFFEE at checkout. Just head to gopurebeauty.com, use code COFFEE, and you're all set. And after you buy, please do us a favor. When they ask you where you heard about Go Pure, tell them it was from our show.
Speaking of co-parenting, co-parenting can also impact your life so much being with someone else that is also co-parenting. Like, I think people don't look at the big picture of that. It's like you either you were with the person and you weren't married and you go your separate ways, or you were with the person, you were married, you have this custody arrangement, someone else comes into the picture, and then it's a whole nother scenario now.
Mm-hmm.
And co-parenting is regularly used as a form of control for someone who is unwilling to let the control go.
Yeah.
Have you ever like known someone that they hate somebody, but like they don't want them to be happy either?
Oh, yeah.
Like they hate somebody and they don't want them, but they just don't want them to be with someone else.
Yeah, they don't want them to have somebody else. I think that's very common in like more juvenile relationships, but I definitely see it play out in adults too.
I've seen it play out in a situation close to me. And I'm just like, sis, go on.
Yeah. Co-parenting's does not seem like a good time.
I wouldn't say it's a good time, but I think it can be done in a very healthy way.
Yeah, like I think it's possible, right? But like when you actually peel it all back, it still sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody wins.
Yep.
In my opinion, nobody wins when you end up having to co-parent. You can make the best of your situation and you can make it healthy and make it as easy as possible. But it's still not something I think that anybody would like voluntarily sign up for.
Well, I don't think anybody, and I've said this before, if your situation was marriage and y'all had children and then you get divorced and now you're co-parenting, I don't think the average person, and if the average person does do this, I'm afraid of humanity. I don't think the average person gets into a marriage with like ill intentions of being like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, but it's definitely going to end.
Yeah, I would agree. Average person, no. Some people.
I mean, are there outliers? I believe, yes, there's definitely outliers. I know of one who saw a financial situation and definitely thought that she was going to prey on that financial situation for the rest of forever.
That is so common anymore, which is so disgusting. That people prey on financial situations and they prey on people who have been traumatized in the past or abused in the past or whatever the case may be. And they make it seem so good that like the wool is so pulled over their eyes.
It's almost like, okay, if you have a bad personal life, like whether it be with like family or let's say like parents or siblings or an ex or whatever, and then someone else comes into the fold and finds those things out about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the presentation is more so a situation of, well, at least I'm not that. Like, I don't have to be really that good. I just have to be better than that.
Sometimes not even better, but different, right? I have to be different.
Presenting different.
And it's crazy. It's so funny you say this because we had a listener topic come in about something sort of similar, and we'll connect the dots after. Someone posted this in the Facebook group and they said, this is a long one, but I need help. I'm a 26-year-old female. I've been in and out of a relationship for the past 2 years and I'm struggling to move forward. One of my best friends introduced me to this guy in the city we live in. And in the beginning, the first 4 to 5 months, everything felt perfect. Then red flags started showing. He once sent a really nasty message to one of my friends saying things like I'd never be her friend long term and calling her names. He also pressured me to share every detail of my past relationships, and when I wanted to keep some things private, he accused me of lying. Over time, things escalated and he left hurtful messages to at least 2 of my close friends. That pushed me to break up with him, but my feelings for him never fully went away. The truth is, when we're together, it feels romantic, electric, and right. But at the same time, I can't ignore that a lot of people in our city seem to have issues with him. He often falls out with his friend groups, and the way he talks about others and sometimes himself leaves me unsettled. My family and friends really dislike him. I know he has a kind heart and struggles with mental health and autism, which makes me feel like maybe he's just misunderstood, but I'm also questioning if I'm just seeing him through rose-colored glasses because of how well he treats me when it's just us. I don't know how to let go, even though I feel like I should. Has anyone else been in a situation like this where your heart says one thing, but everyone else, friends, family, red flags, say another, and how did you move forward?
Okay, are we giving like personal experience on this?
I think yes. I I have been in a situation like that. And unfortunately, that is called love bombing. Mm-hmm. When everything feels good, when y'all are together and it's just you, that's for a reason. Mm-hmm. Like that is unfortunately for a reason. And I can totally hear the thoughts and opinions of other people when they're like, well, how could you miss this? How could you negate this factor and this factor and this factor? And it's like, you do have rose-colored glasses on. You are gaslit. Your mind is not working the way a functional mind should. There's so many different scenarios, but I think that, do I say, okay, if you have like your core group of friends and your core group of friends are having the same concerns, okay? Mm-hmm. And I'm not even talking about that they're discussing them with each other.
Right.
But they have the same concerns and they're seeing red flags all over the place. At 31 years old, I'm saying, maybe don't carte blanche believe them, but hear them out. Hear them out and try to be receptive. But I know in a situation when you're in a relationship like this, one, getting together with said friends, probably a problem, right? That's probably not going to happen. Two, hearing something that you don't want to hear, very difficult. Hearing something that is going against literally what your mind was trained to do by another individual, extremely difficult. But if you trust these people, if these are people who have never had anything besides your best interest at heart, more than likely they're seeing something that you're not seeing.
Mm-hmm. I can tell you I've also had this experience on 3 different occasions. And I will also say navigating relationships with red flags and having an ex-spouse involved is also like another layer. Like, not that the ex-spouse's opinion means more than what your friend group does that you hang out with all the time, but also that's the person that you co-parent with, right? Mm-hmm. And so you have to be very careful about that too. I can say, and I'm not going to give the order, there was one situation that I was in that was a very, very toxic, back and forth, sneaky situation for a period of time. And I never want to live that way again, and committed to myself I would not live that way again. Because number one, you feel like you're lying to yourself, and your friendships really don't mean anything anyway at that point because you're lying to them so that you can live both of these lives, right? Chances are, if collectively your friend group is coming to you and, to your point, have always had your back and never had a reason to just like make something up to be making something up, that should be your sign. Had I, what does my nanny say? Heed the warning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, heed the warning. Another situation that I had, everything was like great and good until it wasn't. And then all the red flags started showing almost at one time. It was almost like a domino effect. Like, once the first one came, it was just, that was it. Yeah. And then if you have really strong opinionated friends, they will say, we will hang out with you. You just can't hang out with us while you're hanging out with that person, because we don't believe that person has good intentions. And I love a friend like that, you know, you never have to worry, like, if we're hanging out, where you stand with that person.
Well, I think it's also too, like, sometimes you could be in situations where you feel like you can't say anything, right? Like, as a friend, I think everyone has been there. I pay attention when people that I consider and value in my life, when they start moving different, dependent on what's going on in my life. Because sometimes it's a situation where you have to move different so you don't say something.
I agree with that. Also want to touch on relationships alienating you from your friendships.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Love bombing is a real thing. And I do think that sometimes you can find yourself in situations to where someone wants all parts of you. And the only way they can get all parts of you is to cut out any other noise that's getting any parts of you.
Yeah.
And that is a scary place to be because the alienation leads to loneliness, and dependency. Because when they have successfully alienated you so far from doing anything that you once ever knew to only doing things with them, then you have built a dependency on that person to where you don't feel comfortable to go back to what you once knew.
Agreed. And it's a problem because a lot of people, and this is no shade by any means, but a lot of people, if they start sensing that they're being alienated from someone, the typical response is going to be like I'm feeling rejected. So now I'm going to alienate myself from you. Yep. So it's kind of like a twofold issue. So then you're losing people, you're getting rid of and losing people to the point where, the goal of a red flag individual would be to have nobody left, because then who's going to like tell you that something's wrong, right? Like then they really have you kind of hook, line, and sinker at that point.
Well, I think that's when love bombing goes into effect. I think that's when gaslighting starts taking place, alienation. If no one's around you, no one else can have any other opinion, right? Mm-hmm. So you're only listening to that one person.
Oh, and it's always easier to see things from an outside, unemotional perspective, right? Like and this is like, it has to be people that I trust, right? Who will, if it's like new people that might be saying something, I would really take that with a grain of salt. But like people who know you and know your patterns and know how you are in all various facets of your life, see you changing or see things happening that shouldn't be happening or never have happened before, it's easier for them to see it because there's no emotional tie there. Yeah, they care about you, but they're able to see it not through rose-colored glasses. That's why I hate when people are like, oh, well, how did that person not see blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, because it's hard when you're like literally just blinded by whether it's your wants, your desires, your love, like whatever it may be. You can get blinded by a ton of things.
And I think it's a real thing that people get in habits of, I wouldn't necessarily say like lying to their friends, but more so when they're in a relationship with somebody who's doing these things, it's almost like they cut their friends off and keep them at bay to a certain extent because they don't want them to know any of the details of the things that they're doing.
We are holding on to the last days of summer, and I'm really trying to not let them go yet. I'm not ready. Whether you're headed to rooftop brunches, garden parties, or just soaking up the last bit of sun in your favorite sundress, let's talk about what's underneath or should be, because the right shapewear can truly make all of the difference.
Today's episode is brought to you by Honeylove, a brand redefining modern shapewear with real comfort and serious support. Their newest innovation, Mesh Sculpt, is the ultimate summer shapewear. Usually lightweight shapewear does not offer much hold, and strong shapewear is very heavy, but Mesh Sculpt changes all of that. It is breathable, it is lightweight without sacrificing its power. It keeps you cool while still delivering the sculpted silhouette that you want, and I absolutely love Honeylove.
Their targeted compression smooths and shapes exactly where you want it to and eases up where you don't. If you're curvy like me, you don't need something giving you extra lumps and bumps in places that you didn't have it. And that is something Honeylove is perfect at preventing. They have their flexible boning on the sides, so it stays in place. There's no rolling, no shifting, no awkward trying to adjust it mid-conversation. With lingerie-inspired details, Honeylove pieces are meant to be seen. So whether you're dressing up for a night out or really just feeling yourself in your go-to sundress, Honeylove has your back, your curves, and your comfort covered all season long. Treat yourself to the most comfortable shapewear on earth and save 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/coffee. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off honeylove.com/coffee. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience the new standard in shapewear with Honeylove. Lindsie, I know school has already been in full swing for you in Jackson for several weeks now, but school is about to start up here. Parents, if you're looking for the best fit for your child this year, there is still time. With K-12 powered schools, you can help your child succeed now and in the future. With online education options tailored to their unique needs, interests, and schedules, you absolutely need to check this out.
K-12 powered schools are accredited, tuition-free, online public schools for students in kindergarten through 12th grade, designed with an engaging curriculum that supports individual learning styles. K-12 has been a leader in online education for over 25 years, helping students gain the skills that they need to thrive in the future. With K-12, school can be anywhere there is internet access, helping your students stay consistent no matter the circumstances.
K-12 has state-certified teachers specially trained in teaching online. They receive ongoing professional development to stay current on the most effective instructional methods, and they make learning interactive with hands-on innovative technology. K-12 even offers social opportunities, extracurricular activities, and in-person events, which is so cool.
Join the more than 3 million families who have chosen K-12 and empower your student to reach their full potential now. There is still time to enroll for this school year. Go to k12.com/coffeeconvos today to find a tuition-free K-12 powered school near you and enroll now. That's the letter K, the number 12.com/coffeeconvos. k12.com/coffeeconvos.
Well, I've been in that situation so many times.
What,
like
with me?
With not just you, but like people in general. And I have like a very, I pick up on patterns very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really, really do. I've done it since I was very little. It's like a trauma response that I developed. So it didn't come out anything good. I can definitely attest to that. But it is very easy. The slightest shift in someone at their tonality, I can tell something's wrong. A micro expression, I can tell something's wrong. So it's very easy for me to know when some shit is off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Typically, I'm the individual that is, I would say one of the first to get like pushed back, because it's like, I typically will call it out. I will literally say like, this is concerning. Like there's a difference between getting into a relationship and finding y'all's normal, like in a relationship, and then like red flags and things that are not good.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm so used to it that I don't really take offense like I used to when I was younger. When I was younger, I would get really pissed off and really offended because I'm like, why are you lying to me? Why are you this? Why are you that? And it's like, okay, well, it doesn't actually really have anything to do with me. It has everything to do with like what I say, what I'm able to see. That's maybe some other people won't comment on, won't pay attention to, just shit like that.
I feel like anytime that, and it wasn't like me trying to be shady in my relationships, but just like anytime that you thought I was like back with someone, you immediately were like, so what have you been doing?
Yeah. Well, I got this from my mom. I very rarely ask questions that I don't already know the answer to.
Remember that one time that I forgot to turn my location off?
Yeah, for weeks. Mm-hmm. And then you were like, yeah, I'm not doing such and such a thing. I'm doing this or whatever. And I would literally pop up the location because I would just know.
Yeah.
And I would go and I would look at it and I'd be like, mm-hmm. But I didn't say anything. It's not like
I know that's that person's address.
Yeah. I didn't call it out. I didn't like come to you and like berate you. Like that's not, I just was like, okay, something's off, went and checked, was like, spidey senses were tingling and they were correct.
I think that it's like fair to say and you and I just had this conversation not too long before we started recording, that until you're done with a situation, and some people are like very much cold turkeyers, right? Like they can just like end it and then move on. It's like that person is completely, you go back to, you once were a stranger and now you just became a stranger again. Some people can truly do that. Mm-hmm. I have a really hard time doing that. We talk about recycling a lot, you and I.
Yep.
And I feel like some people are like me, where unless you have tried everything, you feel like you've quit too soon.
Yeah. And I think that comes from trauma as well, right? Like I think that just comes from trauma. I am very big on I will try every single thing in any type of relationship in my life until I have exhausted all possibility, right? Like there is nothing left. I talk to everybody around me, trying to get perspectives, trying to get ideas, whatever. I've tried every single thing. And that is at the time where I will then walk away. And I will be the person who goes to a stranger because I can't, like, once it has surpassed logic, I'm already fucked. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I cannot work it out in my logical brain, I'm lost at that point.
I feel like logically, I've been in situations where I'm like, logically, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, I've said that to you.
Yes.
Logically, nothing about this makes sense. However, emotionally, I can't just cold turkey quit it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like, well, we haven't done X, Y, and Z, and we haven't like tried this, and we, need to try that. And then I realize I find myself in a situation where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going such and such place. My location's still on, and I'm like actually there.
What's even funnier is just like, that specific scenario you're referencing,
Mm-hmm.
I already knew. So then I checked it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm like sitting here like, where's everyone at? It's like, no, I already had a sneaky suspicion and was like, this would explain it. So let me just confirm.
Mm-hmm.
But I never said shit. I did not say shit until after you were like done with the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, I actually A, B, and C, and I realized all of these things. Because my intention is never to like piss somebody off. That's like not how I am. But I am fiercely protective of those people who are in my life because I don't really let many people in.
I also think that sometimes, actually most of the time, other people see things from the outside perspective that you don't see because you are invested in that person. They're not, right? Mm-hmm. And so you seeing certain things in that situation is very different than like what I'm seeing because you're not in love with that person.
Yeah, there's no emotional tie.
Relationships are just so interesting. I feel like we could just have an entire podcast on relationships. We've all collectively had enough to have an entire podcast on it.
Yeah, this is very true.
Oh, I also love the comments where people are like, oh, Lindsie brought someone else around her son. Do you realize that I've been divorced for over 4 years now?
I was going to ask you. I couldn't remember if it was 4 or if it was 5.
I believe, Jackson was about to turn, not about to. He was 8 and he's 12.
He's 12.
He's about to turn 13.
Yeah, he's about to be for almost 5 years.
So almost 5 years. I'm like, three guys in 5 years is not really that much.
It's a very intriguing situation when I see people make comments and then you go actually look at their social media profiles and you can actually tell their relationship history from their photos. And you're like, I'm confused.
And the really rich ones are the DMs that you get where it's somebody's fucking husband. And it's like, do you want me to send this to your wife?
Honestly?
Because why are you out here in my DMs?
We should try. We should start doing that.
P.S. Did you see that article on People magazine where it said influencer almost decapitated after her neck scarf gets stuck under a moving car?
No.
Yeah. So she was a fashion influencer and she is now warning others about the dangers of long scarves. It says that she revealed she nearly decapitated herself after her scarf got stuck under a moving car. She shared a video via her Instagram page and revealed that she had began her night a BMW event in Australia, and she was wearing a long black gown with a matching neck scarf. It says, the dress that held me in a chokehold. The clips switched to her lifting her head up and reveal the burn on her neck. She said, literally, if you look at this photo, I cannot even look at it.
I'm pulling it up right now, but first of all, I didn't know that long scarves were back.
I mean, I feel like...
Wait, is that a scarf or is that part of her dress?
No, I do think it's a scarf.
Ooh.
Look at what happened to her neck though.
Ow.
And she said, a reminder for the ladies, remove your neck scarves before entering or operating any heavy machinery. Nearly decapitated myself getting the scarf tangled underneath the car on the way home.
Ooh. Ooh. And then if you scroll down, there's another one of it.
Is that not terrifying?
First of all, I don't even know, like, I cannot imagine what you would do because I've been in a situation where, like, part of, like, if I'm wearing something flowy gets stuck in the door and I'll go to move while driving and I'll realize it and I panic then.
Mm-hmm.
So I could not imagine doing the long scarf thing, having that happen, and then literally, like, rolling over it with my tire.
Oh, I know. And then just knowing it's like choking you to death. Like, what do you do in a situation like that? I will never forget. I had to have been 7 or 8 years old, and my mom was taking Kyle and I to a Shania Twain concert, and we were in the back of a Suburban. We had gone to like this Japanese Express steakhouse, had dinner, and then we were going to Shania Twain. I think we went to like 5 Shania Twain concerts like in our life. It was, Feels Like a Woman.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the back seat, and somehow he got the seatbelt like wrapped around his neck. And she had to cut it off. Like, I don't even know where she got scissors or whatever. The only thing I can remember was...
Have, like, the Ripper, maybe?
I don't know. I just remember, like, him, like, hanging up there because he got it, like, so wrapped around his neck. I think he was just, like, monkeying around in the car.
I fucking panic when the seatbelt locks on me in the car.
But there are things that you can put in your car that are like seatbelt cutters and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a combo tool. It's a seatbelt cutter, and it's also a glass breaker in case you go in the water.
In the water?
Yeah, like if your car like ends up in the water and you have your seatbelt on and then you're underwater in the pressure, like you can't open your door once you're like underwater. So it's like a tool. It's like a dual-ended tool, and the one side has like the glass breaker that you like go like this and it like busts the glass out, and then the other one is like a seatbelt ripper.
Are you terrified of going over bridges with like water underneath? Because I am.
Yeah, I'm a dumbass and I unbuckle my seatbelt and I don't care. Let me get pulled over and I'll literally give my reasoning.
Wait, why?
Because I don't want my seatbelt on. It freaks me out. It's like one less thing that I want to have to worry about if that bridge goes down, knowing that if the bridge goes down, I'm probably already dead because it's like pretty high up, right? Like bridges I go over are not very close to the water. So I'm like, that probably wouldn't be good. I don't know if I'd make it, but if I did, don't want to deal with the seatbelt.
But have you seen those bridges that have like the break in them and they like open up and then they come back down?
Let me tell you a story about that. Okay. So they have one of those going, one of the ways that I took to Delaware one time, they had one.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't be going that way.
I didn't intentionally go that way. Did not intentionally go that way. And didn't know what the light situation was that was going on in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, I'm still going, and you see the bridge going, and I was like, oh shit, I was just stop.
Nope.
It scared the shit out of me.
Nope, can't do it.
It scares me so bad.
I will reroute myself, and I don't care if I have to go 40 miles out of the way. I am not going over it.
I mean, that's also fair.
Do I have a life vest in my car? Absolutely not. Am I ever prepared for an emergency? Absolutely no.
I am not a good swimmer. You know what someone said to me the other day when I said that to them? They were asking me something about swimming. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm not a good swimmer. Like I've never said that I was. And they said, you look like someone that wouldn't be a good swimmer. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? So then said person was like, oh, I'm really concerned about you being in the pool. Like you talk about going and floating in your pool, but you're sitting here telling me you can't swim. And I said, well, luckily for me, I can reach the bottom. So I can just stand up and it'll be fine.
It's not like your pool's a lap pool.
Like, that part's fine. Like I'm not concerned about the drowning there, but like I am not a strong swimmer at all. One time I went to go like do the YMCA classes to be a lifeguard. Don't know who the fuck I thought I was. Tried to go do that. My ears were about to explode before I could even retrieve the test dummy at the deep end.
Oh my God.
And I quit that day. I quit that immediate day.
I used to be on swim team.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Are you fucking with me right now?
I swear. I used to be on swim team and my relay was breaststroke.
Lindsie.
What?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Like I'm a good swimmer. Hate the outfits. Like hate the outfits. I really wish that like Speedo could just up the game to like make it just look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing.
Okay.
and I probably would have done it for longer, but I didn't like those vibes. But yeah, I was on swim team.
How long did you do swim team for?
I think like a couple summers.
Damn.
I had to have been in like middle school. Maybe it was like my 3 middle school years.
Oh my God. I had no idea.
Yeah, and you had to wake up so freaking early to go to it and swim in the freezing cold.
Yeah. One of my good friends when I was growing up, she was on swim team and like did like the junior Olympics and shit like that. And the hours that they would get up was insane.
Lindsie, I was doing my budgeting over the weekend and I got a little ping from my favorite app, Rocket Money, telling me that 2 of my subscription services are going up. So Corey and I had to have some difficult conversations, difficult for him, not for me, things that we were going to cut back on. He's not exactly thrilled, but I'm thrilled and so grateful for Rocket Money. You know, I absolutely love it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I have been telling everybody about Rocket Money for years. It is like my first step budget tip, and I absolutely love it so much.
I love Rocket Money too, and it's embarrassing to admit, but I've done this so many times where I'll log on one TV and then just like create a new account, or I'll be in the living room instead of my bedroom and I'm like, oh, let me try that free trial. And what I found out through Rocket Money was I was paying for subscriptions that I completely forgot about and was getting charged for it every month and also wasn't using it. And the only reason I was able to find it and take action was because I have Rocket Money. I love that Rocket Money shows all of your expenses in one place. So that's including the subscriptions that you forgot about if you're like me. So if you see a subscription that you no longer want, Rocket Money will help you cancel it. Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, with members saving up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features.
Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/coffeeconvos today. That's rocketmoney.com/coffeeconvos, rocketmoney.com/coffeeconvos.
Oh, it's absolutely insane. I do need to follow up with you about something that was on the bonus episode.
Yes, ma'am.
So I saw this pop up on my Facebook, and it says that People Magazine broke down how much it really costs to participate in Bama Rush, from $5,000 in new members fees. Mind you, that's just like new member fees. That's not the monthly.
Oh, that's not your dues.
Fees.
You owe, like when you're a new member, you owe like flat fees up front.
I think so. From what I'm understanding.
Okay.
And it has been calculated that some of, and I would say most of the girls going through Alabama Rush, outfits totaling $19,000.
I'm going to throw up. What?
And I'm like, I feel like we were shopping at like Fashion Express and shit. Like,
do you remember Fashion Bug?
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself.
Wait, did you ever watch Eastbound and Down? With
Yes.
Kenny Powers?
Yes.
And he was like, I know one of us looks like we have a personal stylist, and the other one of us looks like they shoplift their shit from Fashion Bug.
I remember Fashion Bug, Deb.
Yeah. Rainbow.
Yeah. Like, I remember those stores, but do we think it's actually the clothes? Like, I know they can get up there, right? Like Aritzia and shit like that. But do we think that it's more so the accessories, like the jewelry?
I mean, yes, I do think that, you know, like the E. Newton bracelets, the Cartier bracelets, I don't know what the other shit that people wear. David Yurman bracelets and rings. So yes, do I think that like possibly has something to do with it? Yes. But a lot of the girls that I were watching, there is no way that some of their just athletic wear for an outfit was likely not under $500.
Oh, it's probably Lululemon. It's probably Aloe.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
Like, I'm probably a bitch for saying this, but like, now that you're an older adult, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're in our 30s. Don't you feel like some of those things are like, should be privileges for when you get older?
It's so funny that you say that, because I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like the younger, I see so many girls like go into the middle school that have on like Aloe and Lululemon and all of this stuff. And I feel like if you had a daughter specifically, because I feel like they more so care about like their brands of clothing than boys, I would imagine. If somebody else has it and then you can provide it for them, you kind of feel bad for not doing it. But at the same time, you know, like it is a privilege to be able to have it, to be able to buy it for yourself too. So I don't know like where I would fall on that.
I was not allowed to give a shit about brands, like at all. I was not allowed to shop at any stores that were in the mall, at all. I was a Kohl's. I was a Kmart. Nope, couldn't shop there. Was not allowed to shop there. Because I had like club wear, so my parents were like, "Keep you the fuck out of there."
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, like Walmart, Kohl's, Kmart, JCPenney's. So that was in the mall. That was like where I was allowed to shop. There was no limited to Hollister, Abercrombie and Fitch, Aeropostale, like nothing. That was not allowed. So like for me, I don't give a shit about brand names. Like now, I hated it when like people would like make fun of me, right? But like turned out fine. So,
I mean, I think that as parents, we all want to protect our children like the best way that we can within our financial means of being able to do so, right? I don't know, like such a big part of me wants to say, no, I would not give in to that. Like
I might.
No, like I would.
Yeah.
And I am not, you know this, like I am not keeping up with the Joneses. Like I do not live like that. Jackson strolls around in Crocs. Now, does he get a couple pairs of Crocs a year? Yes, because he wears the damn tread off of them.
Mm-hmm.
But typically his uniform is black athletic shorts, black Nike socks, either a pair of tennis shoes, a pair of Crocs, a black t-shirt, maybe a hoodie.
Yeah.
And we call it a day. If I was a girl mom, I fear that I would give in to the brands.
Like keeping up with the Joneses.
But I don't think the intention would be keeping up with the Joneses. I think it would be, I normally wouldn't buy this, but since you feel left out, I don't want you to feel left out.
Yeah. I get it, right? Like my mom's famous thing to me was like, I don't give a shit what Tom, Dick, or Harry are doing with their kids. Like I'd be like,
yeah,
but so-and-so has this. And she's like, okay. And I don't give a shit. Go see if her parents will adopt you.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I hated it at the time. Now I just don't care. Like that stuff does not impress me whatsoever. In fact, I actually judge the shit out of people who wear like brand name shit, but like then like talk about their finances not being in good shape. And I'm like,
well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like there are certain things that I'm like, I'm going to buy that because I feel like I get more use and wear out of it on a weekly basis.
Right.
The majority though, I am balling on an Amazon budget.
Yeah. Like I don't shop. I never bought into the fast fashion shit. Right. So I never did the Shein stuff, anything like that, just because I had so many friends that did, and their stuff was falling apart within like one or two washes, and I hated that shit. I am somebody who keeps my clothes for a very long time, so I do, in those situations, I do go for like what is going to last me. I have dabbled in Amazon. Amazon's like a tough place for me for bottoms because I'm so short. That's like a tough place. But I get my leggings, the leggings I wear, Amazon, 3 packs. That's what I get. But like outside of that, I'm not like it helped me in the long run is how I personally feel. But like, I don't really, to each their own, obviously. But like, I just look at it and I'm like, wouldn't you get more satisfaction out of it if you like wanted something so bad and you got it with your own money and you, instead of like having these teeny boppers running around and like,
I think ideally I would want to do that. But do I think that I would be like stern and strict enough to like enforce it?
You're like, probably not.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Like Will is actually more in line with that. Like you want that bad, then get outside and start pulling weeds.
I remember the first thing that actually was the only thing I ever bought from Hollister. I saved up my own money and I went and bought it.
What was it?
It was like the long sleeve, like baby doll top.
Top. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you remember it to this day.
Yeah, it was white.
You know what's so funny? I see the little girls getting out at the middle school, and I just love it for them so much because I feel like we had such a disconnect. Like the way our parents were dressing when we were in middle school was absolutely not like what we were dressing like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was like parents were like this and kids were like this.
Yep.
Now it's like the girls are more falling in line with something that I would wear.
Yes.
And I don't really know how to take that. But when I see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. You know, they've got their little Nike blazers on with the little high Nike socks and the butterfly skirt and, you know, like the little tank top with the jacket over it and their Starbucks. And I'm like, I love that for them.
Yeah. Like it's cute. It is cute.
It's cute.
It also makes me, something that I've noticed is I don't shop a lot. So this could be wrong. Do they even have juniors sections anymore? Or does it just go from like kids to women?
I think a lot of places it's just kids to women. And I think a lot of these girls are probably wearing like XX, like if they have like the 2X smalls or, you know, the extra smalls. I think that that's probably what they're getting because I know that Lululemon doesn't have a kid section.
Right.
So
they're just like sizing down in women's. Because remember, like it was like shopping in the junior section.
Oh, yeah. And we felt so cool. Remember like Sophie shorts?
Oh, my God. Yeah. Multiple rolls.
And my dad was always checking to see if they were rolled.
Oh, yeah. But that's like I was such a scam artist.
You
I would wear
bamboozle. You just like don't roll it until you leave.
Yeah, till you leave. Or what I would do is I would wear sweatpants over top of the Sophie shorts and I would take the sweatpants off once I saw my dad's car pass the bus stop.
Oh, yeah. Everybody did that
I'm
shit.
stripping at the bus stop.
Everybody did that shit.
Except one time I did that and my mom showed up to the school. That really wrecked my plans.
She's like, where'd you get those? What are those?
Yeah. Oh, she came and I was in a very short skirt with high heels on. Like I had just really done the most that day. And I remember seeing her see me and I was like, I'm dead.
Honey, I went to a private Christian school. So I had to wear like this pleated, like plaid skirt every day. And you just had to take it to alterations and get it like really short. You know?
I did before I moved to Pennsylvania, I went to a private school for like the first couple of years of my life. And we had the uniforms.
Well, you put Sophie shorts up underneath the uniform. So when school got out, you could just be like a normal kid. You just drop the skirt and you got your Sophie shorts on.
I was pissed because we moved the year that I was going into the skirt because before that was the dress.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we moved to Pennsylvania the year I was going into the skirt and I still punched the air to this day.
You're like, I really just wanted to wear that.
I was so excited. I got sized for it and all. And then my parents bought a house over here. And I was like,
my uniform was like a less sexy version of the music video of Britney Spears.
oh, I mean, that's all of them. Like all private schools. That's what it looks like to me.
Right? And you had to wear like the black shoes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, what are they, Mary Janes or something they called them? Something like
Yeah,
that.
Mary Jane's, but I wore the boy ones.
Did you?
Yeah, and not like lace them up. Yeah, it was a vibe. But on that note, we have foul play.
Okay. This one's actually funny because you were talking about recycling. So.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Really just coming full circle.
Full circle. I was newly single and ran into a guy that I had previously banged. I thought I may as well recycle and not add on to my number. He was a sexy Spanish dude that had always known how to get me to where I needed to go. So we went back to his house, and by his house, I mean his parents' house where he lived in the basement. But I thought, who cares? It's not even actually happening because we had banged before. Banging now gets erased. Girl math. So wham bam, thank you ma'am, and it's morning. The booze had worn off and I look like a troll with scoliosis. So I go to leave, but alas, his dad is in the basement outside this man's door. I forgot to mention his dad is a pastor, God bless. So this man has the audacity to ask me to climb out the window right outside his room mere feet from his preaching dad. Well, your girl did because something about his voice sounded a bit familiar and the looming shame had hit me. What's one more hit to the ego? So I climbed out the window, looked back, and saw his dad yelling at him. Well, see ya, sucka. So I thought the next day was my cousin's wedding. As soon as I arrived, I was faced with my hookup's pastor father. He was the master of ceremonies. I'm surprised I didn't burn on the spot in that church. Cheers, ladies. I love the podcast.
Okay, so I have a question. Like,
What is the question?
Is it recycling if you actually get back together with the person?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Corey's recycled.
Because I got back. Okay, one person we know I never like actually got back with.
Mm-hmm.
The one person. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yep.
Okay. The next person I did get back together with for an extended period of time, and like no one knew about it.
Yep.
That was a full-blown recycle. Like full-blown. Yeah. I think recycling's a bad idea.
You're like, the more I play this out in my head.
The more I'm playing it out, like, it's a bad idea, but I understand the logic of this girl, right? Like, it doesn't count as a body because you've already been there.
Yeah, and you knew it worked. So it's like, well,
did you?
We have needs.
I mean, but did it work?
I mean, she said it got her where she needed to go.
But to a basement?
No. Not physically, not like the location.
Oh, like he got her off.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. I was like...
Yeah. She knew it worked. So she's like, okay, he got me off before and I can do that again and not count another body to the roster.
But was it in a basement at all? Like, why am I so hung up on the basement?
You know what? I think because I don't know if you ever had to go to a basement. I did not go to a basement. I did not do that. But some people are taking their ladies to their parents' bedroom. So, you know, the basement seemed like a better plan until the dad was outside. The preacher twist was crazy.
Only one person has ever told me, and I'm not telling you who it is, but I know you'll know when I say this.
Okay.
Only one person has ever told me, if someone catches us doing this, you have to jump out that window.
I feel like I know exactly what this is.
And I'm like, catching us? We're not doing anything illegal. I'm like, we're not doing anything like, what? Catches us?
Oh my God, that's really funny.
What a scam. Coffee Combos Podcast is up for final voting in Society and Culture in the Adam Curry People's Choice category for the People's Choice Podcast Awards. Please check your emails if you voted for us in the nomination round, as some of you will be selected to vote in the finals. We so appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for always supporting our show. Please subscribe and review on the Apple Podcast app, follow and rate on Spotify, or listen wherever you get your pods. For our latest merch, visit www.coffeecombospodcast.com to shop. For full video episodes, they are available on Kale's Patreon at www.patreon.com/Kale Lowry. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and join our Facebook group to connect with us and our community. We hope you guys have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Just when you thought summer couldn't get any hotter, Pluto TV is turning up the heat with thousands of free movies. Presenting Summer of Cinema. Stream your favorite blockbuster films like Gladiator,
I will have my vengeance.
Good Burger,
This is what I call fast food.
Beverly Hills Cop, The Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, and Julie and Julia.
Bon appetit.
All for free on your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.